All right, let's talk about building something big on the cloud without, making a complete mess. It's kind of like building a skyscraper, right? You wouldn't just start throwing bricks on top of each other. No, you'd start with a really detailed blueprint. And that's exactly what we're going to lay out today. The blueprint for scaling securely and efficiently on Google Cloud Platform.
So let me ask you a question, and this one probably hits home for a lot of you. Your cloud environment is growing. More projects, more developers, things are moving super fast. But do you have that little nagging feeling in the back of your mind? Is all this growth really under control, or is it just kind of spiraling?
Every amazing cloud journey pretty much starts in the same place, with one exciting project. It's that sandbox where ideas fly and things get built fast. But that initial setup, the one that's all about speed, that can so easily become the root cause of some serious chaos down the road if you're not careful. Let's dig into how that happens.
In the beginning, it's awesome. A single project is so simple. You can move at lightning speed. But here's the thing. Without any real structure, that speed starts to build up a kind of debt. And before you know it, what was once fast and simple becomes this tangled, costly, and totally chaotic mess where you have no idea who's doing what or where the money is going. And this chaos, it has some very real symptoms. You'll see one team leaving a storage bucket wide open to the internet while another team locks theirs down tight. Your costs suddenly jump through the roof and nobody can tell you why. New hires get full admin access just because it's easier that way. And then, when an auditor comes knocking, nobody has a clue where to even start. Sound familiar?
So, how do we fix this whole mess? Well, we go right back to that blueprint. See, the answer isn't to slow everyone down. It's to build a structure that actually supports innovation. And Google Cloud gives us that exact structure with its resource hierarchy. This is our foundation for bringing order back from the brink of chaos.
Okay, so it all starts at the very top with what's called the organization node. This is everything. It represents your entire company. Think of it like the plot of land you own, where you're going to build everything. Any rule you set here, any policy you apply, it automatically flows down to every single thing underneath it. It's your single source of truth for the whole company.
Now, you're not just going to dump all your building materials in one giant pile on your plot of land, right? Of course not. You'd organize them, and that's exactly what folders are for. You can set up folders for your big departments, like marketing or engineering, or maybe for your different environments, like production versus development. It's a super powerful way to apply specific rules to whole groups of projects all at once.
And then, finally, we get to projects. This is where the real work happens. This is where your engineers are spinning up VMs, creating databases, and deploying all the cool applications. Every project is its own little self-contained world for resources, billing, and permissions, all tucked away neatly inside your folders.
So you can see how it all just flows together. Everything is inherited from the top down. You set a critical security rule at the organization level, bam, it applies everywhere. You put a budget alert on your marketing folder, well now all the projects inside that folder are covered. It's just a clean, logical, and totally scalable way to build.
Okay, having a great blueprint is one thing. But a blueprint is just paper, right? You need the actual tools to build with it and to make sure everyone follows the plan. So let's look at the key GCP services that really bring this whole governance structure to life.
First up is Identity and Access Management, or IAM. And really, this tool is all about answering one simple question. Who gets the keys, and which doors can those keys open? With IAM, you can get super specific with roles and permissions. It's all about making sure people only have access to the stuff they absolutely need to do their job. You'll hear this called the principle of least privilege.
Next up, organization policies. Now, if IAM is about who gets the keys, think of organization policies as the guardrails on the highway. They don't give permission, they actually set limits. For example, you can create a policy that makes it impossible for anyone, even an admin, to create a server in a country you don't do business in. It's a powerful way to prevent mistakes before they even happen.
Okay, let's talk about money. How on earth do you track spending when you've got dozens of projects running? You do it with labels and budgets. You can stick a digital label on all your resources, maybe with a project name or a team name. This lets you see exactly how much each team is spending. Then you can set up automated budget alerts so you never ever get one of those nasty billing surprises again.
And this really works. I remember one cloud architect telling me, with labels, we went from guessing our costs to actually knowing them. And that's it, right? That feeling of shifting from uncertainty to total control, that's the whole point of financial governance.
Of course, you can't manage what you can't see, and that's where cloud logging and monitoring come in.
These are your eyes and ears. They're like the security cameras that show you who did what and when, and they're the system dashboard that tells you if your applications are healthy. This kind of visibility isn't a nice to have. It is absolutely critical for security and just for keeping the lights on.
So we've got the structure, and we've got the tools. But what is the big goal here? What are we trying to achieve? Well, it all boils down to these 4 key principles, or pillars, that our whole blueprint is designed to support. Let's put it all together.
This table just ties it all together so nicely. You can see how each of our 4 goals maps directly to a GCP tool we talked about. For access, who can do what, you use IAM. For security, you're setting up those guardrails with org policies. To control cost, you're using labels and budgets. And for compliance, proving you're following the rules, you use those same policies and logs. See, it all connects.
And there you have it. By using this blueprint, GCP's hierarchy and these governance tools, you can take that single chaotic project where we started and turn it into a solid, scalable, and really well-governed foundation. A foundation that lets your teams go fast and innovate, but to do it safely and efficiently. So the foundation is solid. The guardrails are up. The path forward is crystal clear. Your blueprint is ready to go. The only question left is, what amazing things are you going to build with it?